This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Monday, October 23rd, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. The city of Kokomo for decades has been known for its history in the automotive industry dating back to the 1890s, and that history continues with two planned multi-billion-dollar electric vehicle battery plants expected to create 2,800 jobs. And with that investment, Mayor Tyler Moore said on Inside Indiana Business Television comes challenges, particularly with housing.
We were short on supply before the announcement of the first battery plant and had shifted gears as a city development or city administration to focus on housing. We commissioned a study to be done, and it showed that with the projected employment coming, that we were could easily stand to have 400 to 600 multifamily units and 300 to 500 single-family units. And so with the economic climate and still the cost of resources and available workers, I know that we're struggling to try to get the necessary housing we would need.
Despite the housing situation, Moore said the influx of EV battery production will be transformational for the city. Merrillville-based NiSource has cleared a key hurdle in the proposed sale of a minority interest in its Northern Indiana Public Service Company subsidiary. The $2.1 billion deal has received approval from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. In June, NiSource announced plans to sell a 19.9% equity interest in the utility to an affiliate of New York-based Blackstone Infrastructure Partners. The deal is expected to close by the end of the year. The Northeast Indiana city of Kendallville is seeking support to build a new skate park. The city is participating in Indiana's Creating Places program, which provides matching grant dollars to local communities looking to develop attractive public spaces. The Kendallville Parks and Recreation Department is looking to raise $45,000 by December 1st to unlock the matching funds from the Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Whether it's a new hire or a noteworthy promotion, IIB's Bigwigs and New Gigs serves as a platform to promote your team. Our revamped offering includes being featured on both the newly redesigned newsletter and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Subscribers to the Business News subscription save $10 off every listing. Plus, you can save $100 by bundling your submission to IIB with the Indianapolis Business Journal or the Indiana Lawyer. More at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
Nearly half of the gas stations in the city of Hammond have petitioned for an exemption to an ordinance requiring all gas stations to close overnight beginning next month. The ordinance was approved by the Hammond Common Council in August as a means to curb crime in the city. It was introduced after a 2 a.m. homicide at a gas station in June. Since the ordinance was enacted, 14 gas stations have requested exemptions, and 8 of those requests have been heard. The city's Board of Public Works and Safety said Friday it aims to hear all requests before the ordinance goes into effect on November 1st. State officials broke ground last week on one of Northern Indiana's most highly anticipated projects, a $100 million lodge at Potato Creek State Park near South Bend. The project, which will feature a hotel, conference center, indoor aquatic center, and more, comes as the first Indiana State Park lodge to be built since 1939. Governor Eric Holcomb spoke to IIB's Carly Lanek on why Potato Creek was chosen for the lodge.
You know, when you think about the different quadrants of the state, we've got one in northeast at Pokagon. Of course, we've got the Dunes State Park and now National Park, but we don't have a lodge over there. And this was if you just kind of rise above and look down on the map of Indiana, this was a not just beautiful terrain, but well-traveled migratory patterns. So it's not just going to fill up on Fighting Irish football games or basketball game weekends, but it's going to year-round.
Officials say the lodge will feature 120 guest rooms, a 150-person dining room, and 350-capacity conference center. Officials say they do not yet have an exact date for opening, but expect the project to wrap up in 2026 or 2027. Roche Diagnostics North America CEO Brad Moore is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.